Hi my friends! Hi! Welcome to our channel English with Alexander, and it's a very important video. Key to English vocabulary. And basically you just need to know these things to improve your English greatly and English vocabulary in particular. You can put a like if you haven't done it yet. Thanks for likes and shares. So first, you need to know basic words. For different levels, you see basic and more difficult words. So if you're a beginner, you need to know up to 500 English words such as money, like, say, tell, go, come. So you see very simple English words. Elementary. So from 501 to 1000. Okay, I'll give you some examples. Arrive, serious, quality, compare, knowledge, pre-intermediate. From 1001 to 2000, like previous, objective, trust. Okay, if you have a high level, you need to know these words. So intermediate, from 2001 to 4000, like evaluate, due, substantial. Upper intermediate, from 4001 to 7000, suspicious, warehouse, frustrated, and advanced, so more than 7000. You see some examples are given here. Infrequent, weird, bizarre. Okay, so you want it or not, but first of all you need to know basic words for different levels. Okay, so the next thing is that you need to know how these words go together. Words go together. So the correct use of these words, basic grammar, and a mixture of the correct use and basic grammar. Okay, I'll try to illustrate it with some examples. You see how words go together. The correct use plus basic grammar. So maybe you know say and tell, but you need to understand how to use them. So which one is correct? He said me or he told me? We say tell someone, so he told me. Okay, let's look at the next example. Which one is correct? I want to improve my English or I won't improve my English. You know that we say want to plus verb. So this one is correct. I want to improve my English. I am exhausted or I feel exhausted. So I am. So you can say I am exhausted or I feel exhausted without am. So it's about some grammar. Okay, you need to know, my friends, if you look at it, so you can know maybe 10,000 English words, but you need to know the correct use of them and some basic grammar and a mixture of the correct use and basic grammar. Otherwise you'll make thousands of mistakes, maybe millions of mistakes. So next, pay attention to parts of speech. You need to know it too. Okay, what is it? So parts of speech. First of all, I believe that you need to know English verbs is the most important thing. So let me give you an example, like emphasize. Emphasize. It means say it more strongly. Say it more strongly. Okay, you see, I'd like to say that it's of great importance. Or you can say, I'd like to say it maybe more strongly. If you want to say, I'd like to say it more strongly, it will be more natural to say, I'd like to, and then you use this verb. I'd like to emphasize that it's of great importance, right? Strengthen, make stronger. So I'd like to make my point stronger, so I'll give you more examples. Or how can you say it using this verb? Think about it. I'd like to strengthen my point, so I'll give you more examples. You need to know not just basic verbs, but more difficult ones. You also need to pay attention to adjectives. Not only big, small, but more advanced, like fierce. Fierce means very strong, very aggressive. Look, we faced very aggressive competition. So you see, very aggressive. or you can replace it with fierce. We faced fierce competition. Yeah, it's a very natural expression. Next, tiny. Tiny means extremely small, very small. It's an extremely small detail. Or, how can you say it? Using tiny, it's a tiny detail, right? It's a tiny detail. Explicit, explicit, very clear. He gave us very clear instructions. Or you can use, he gave us explicit instructions. He gave us explicit instructions. You see, adjectives, we talked about it, and adverbs, so parts of speech and adverbs. It's also very important. It's also very important. For example, inexplicitly. So you remember that explicit, very clear, it's an adjective, but it can be an adverb. Inexplicitly, very unclearly. He explained it very unclearly. How will you say? How can you say it another way? He explained it inexplicitly, or very unclearly. Deliberately or on purpose. When someone wanted it to happen. Look, she spoiled our plans because she wanted it. Or look, because she wanted it. You can use on purpose. You can use this expression, or deliberately. Say it. She spoiled our plans deliberately. Right. Altogether. Altogether. Completely or totally. How much in total? Or how much completely? How much totally? Or you can use this very natural word. How much altogether? How much altogether? Okay, my friends, very good. So you see, you need to pay attention to verbs, adjectives, adverbs, and prepositions. Yeah, prepositions. Yeah, focus on prepositions. Yeah, it requires lots of concentration and attention. So what can we say about prepositions? What do you need to know here? Yeah, you need to know how to use prepositions with verbs, adjectives, and adverbs. My friend, it's really of great importance. So adjective plus preposition. You see, close to means near. The company is near bankruptcy. Okay, you say near or close to. The company is close to bankruptcy. Good. Shocked, it means very surprised. Just a short test for you. How will you say? I'm very, and then you need to say I'm very, okay, shocked. Yeah, you need to say shocked or surprised. It doesn't matter because it's about the same preposition. I'm very shocked at the quality of these materials, or I'm very shocked by the quality of these materials. How will you say it? Shocked at or shocked by? You need to know, my friend, that sometimes you can use either one or another preposition, so at or by is possible. So the thing is that both these sentences are correct. You can say I'm very shocked at the quality of these materials, or I'm very shocked by the quality of these materials. Yeah, remember, shocked and surprised at and by. So, and when you study, yeah, this actually part of grammar and vocabulary, just pay attention to it, that sometimes you can use two prepositions, not just one. So next, so if we get back, you see adjective and adverb, and also verb. Okay, let's talk about it, my friends. Let's talk about it. So see adjectives. Yeah, we talked. Yeah, verb plus prepositions. Yeah. So the next combination, yeah, is verbs plus prepositions. Look, subscribe to. Yeah. So it's about channels. So which sentence is correct? I subscribed to this channel, or I'm subscribed to this channel. So you see, it's past simple, it's correct. Yeah, I subscribe to the channel, it's correct, it's past simple. and I'm subscribed to this channel. It's also correct. You need to know this phrase or this expression, so be subscribed to. Be subscribed to something, it's also correct. I'm subscribed to this channel, so in fact you need to know some grammar structures anyway. Succeed in means manage to. Look, which sentence is correct? I succeeded in get the job, or I succeeded in getting that job. So which sentence is correct? Please tell me. So you need to remember that we say succeed in doing. Yeah, remember it. So I succeed in getting that job. And one more example, just have a look at it. So you see, listen to, I'm listening to you, or I'm listening to you. Which one is correct? So we know listen to, so the correct sentence will be I'm listening to you. Okay, so what about noun with prepositions? So reason for, what's the reason for it? Reason for, remember, and lack of, which means not enough. Okay, you see the sentence, not enough free time is a constant problem for me. How will you say it? Using this expression. So lack of free time is a constant problem for me. Okay, very good, my friend, very good. Yeah, so you understand that you need to pay attention to prepositions with different parts of speech, so verbs, adjectives, adverbs. Okay, let's go on. So contrast, let's talk about contrast, right? So you need to know the opposite words or antonyms and similar verbs, so-called synonyms, and also word formation. It's a very important part of English vocabulary. Okay, so let's have a look at this part. So similar words, huge. Okay, what similar verbs or words, yeah, but if we're talking about it, so huge isn't a verb, so it's an adjective. What similar words can you remember? So huge means what? Synonyms. What are the synonyms can you remember? I can so start writing and you can continue. So enormous, what else? Synonyms. Gigantic, good. Great, tremendous. Okay, very good. So interesting, what opposite words can you remember? Interesting, opposite. So can be uninteresting. What else? Uninteresting. So dull, boring. So it's a very good exercise. It's a very good exercise. So when you try to remember synonyms and antonyms. Okay, so and one more expression. So very good, very good. What similar words can you remember? Very good. Similar words, just one word, not two words, but one word. So what can you remember? Like wonderful, very good. What else? Excellent, excellent. Brilliant, brilliant. Great, magnificent, magnificent. And other words, It's also very important if you know lots of synonyms and antonyms. Okay, and word formation, we talked about it. So word formation is usually about prefixes and suffixes. So, okay, which prefix will you put here, to make the opposite word? So you know that we mostly use an, in, and so on, So significant. Which prefix we use to make the opposite word? An. If an it's incorrect, you see, no, not an. So which one? In. Insignificant. Available. Unavailable. Mature. An. If an it's incorrect, no. So which one? Immature. Immature. Advantage. disadvantage, disadvantage, rational, irrational. And students often ask me, are there any rules how we can remember it? Basically not, you just need to memorize it. The only exception is some words which start with M. So if it starts with M, so we put im, you need to remember it, immature. And if this word, or if a word starts with R, you put so irrational, just you need to remember it. As for in, an, and this, so you need to train your memory, yeah, to memorize it better and more effectively. So care. So what suffixes, or which suffix can you put here? Care. So it can be careful, for example, full of care, or careless, careless. And students often put double L. It's a mistake, you see, you can't put double L. No, it's incorrect, my friend. Only one L. Alright, so very good. So let's get back. So you see, word formation. It's also very important to focus on collocations, phrasal verbs, and idioms. Collocations, phrasal verbs, and idioms. Okay, let me give you just some examples of English collocations. Yeah, good. So look, I was bitterly disappointed with those unexpected results. So bitterly disappointed, it means that I was really disappointed. I was very disappointed. Maybe I wanted to cry, or maybe some tears were on my eyes. So bitterly disappointed, it's a very natural expression. Or I'm totally convinced. Yeah, it means that I'm really convinced. Convinced means sure. I'm really sure, or I'm absolutely sure. You can say I'm totally convinced, I'm absolutely convinced. It's never too late to learn. Yeah, I hope that you agree. So maybe, yeah, he's 90, but it's never too late to learn for him or for her. It's okay. We all learn. So the next, so collocation, it's common knowledge. So it's common knowledge, or you can also meet another one which has a similar meaning. So it's common practice, it's common knowledge that it happens on a regular basis. So it means that it's a common thing, we often see it, it happens on a regular basis, or it happens regularly, on a regular basis or regularly. Okay, my friends, you just saw some examples of very useful collocations, and I hope that you'll start using some of them immediately in your speech, like bitterly disappointed, I'm totally convinced, and you can replace, such very simple and trivial phrases like I think, and in my opinion, with such a fantastic phrase as totally convinced. Okay, so what's next, my friends? What's next? Let's have a look at this great chart. Right, so you see it's very important to focus on phrasal verbs and idioms. Yeah, our favorite phrasal verbs. Where are you? We really love you. Yeah, you know that we want to speak English like native speakers, so we need them. Native speakers often use them. You need to know phrasal verbs, yeah, more simple ones, yeah, for beginners and elementary level, like go on, it means continue, yeah, you know it, go on doing it, or call back, I'll call you back in a moment, I'll call you back, or I'll ring you back, and more difficult ones. So the examples you can see here. I'll look through this lesson, yeah, just one lesson, again. I'll look through this lesson again. Or I'll flick through this lesson again. It means that I'll look at this lesson shortly. So look through or flick through, they have a similar meaning. So they are synonyms. Synonyms, look through or flick through. Yeah, you can use them. Or maybe these more advanced phrasal verbs, yeah, I called in on him. So call in means visit. I visited him. Or I dropped in on him. I visited him. So I visited him shortly. Call in or drop in means visit shortly. Okay, good. Yeah, pay attention to phrasal verbs. You just need to have a list of them and memorize it. So one more thing you need to keep in mind, yeah, is something related to prepositional phrases. So with different prepositions like at least, and try to understand how many expressions you have already learned or studied. So at least, at last, by heart, by mistake, for example, and for instance. So they mean the same, for example, and for instance, and for ages. For ages, for a very long time. Okay, so you have this sentence, I haven't seen you for a very long time. You see, or you can say, what can you say? For ages means for a very long time. I haven't seen you for ages. I haven't seen you for ages. Yeah, I can say, okay, how we doing? How we doing? Haven't seen you for ages. How's life? Haven't seen you for ages. It will sound very natural. Good, my friends, very good. Okay, what else do we need to keep in mind? Some other very important things, yeah? So, in addition to prepositional phrases, so it's about vast reading and motivation. Okay, just shortly, let's have a look at it, yeah? So, last but not least, yeah? Read and listen to modern English, so various sources, as diverse as possible. As diverse as possible, so not only movies, so not only newspapers, so whatever. And don't underestimate the importance of motivation and self-education. Yeah, and just one more phrase, yeah, one more phrase. Yeah, and what about idioms? Yeah, I think that we've missed it. Okay, let's get back to them. Idioms and idiomatic expressions, we can't do it, yeah? We're really wrong, because it's of great importance. Idioms and idiomatic expressions. So where is it in our chart? It's close to this section, the section of phrasal verbs. Okay, so you see idioms and idiomatic expressions. Okay, excellent. I really hope that you thoroughly enjoy it. Okay, they gave us the green light. So give someone the green light means give a permission. So they gave us a permission. So they gave us the green light. Yeah, you say, yeah. So you know when you want to cross the road, yeah, you're waiting for the green light and then you cross the road. Next, it's just the tip of the iceberg. The tip of the iceberg. So it's just a beginning. It's just the beginning of a very big problem. But it's better to say just the beginning. It's just the beginning of a very big problem. So when you see just the tip, I mean that something which is above the sea level, yeah, above the sea, but you don't see what is under it. So just the beginning of a very big problem. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Great. And don't think that's all. It's just the beginning of a very big problem. So you can just replace it. Just the beginning of a very big problem you can use. It's just the tip of the iceberg. It's just the tip of the iceberg. Don't think that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's just the beginning. And one more, yeah, connected with sea. So a drop in the ocean. It's too little. So what we do is too little. So how can you say it another way? So what we do is a drop in the ocean. A drop in the ocean. It's very small, very little water, very little, too little, almost nothing. A drop in the ocean, or maybe you can use a comparative structure, is a drop in the ocean, or is like a drop in the ocean. It's too little, it isn't enough. And up to someone, one more idiom, so which means depend or someone's choice. It's your choice, or you can say it's up to you. It's up to you. It's your choice. It's up to you. It's your choice. Okay, so I hope that you're familiar with these idioms now. And so, in the end, yeah, so don't underestimate the importance of motivation and self-education. Please, my friends, don't put it in the last place. If you do it, it will be the worst mistake maybe in your life, which ever happened. And so, just one very positive conclusion. So, if you were all ears means that you were listening to it very carefully. I'll clap my hands and say you're a real workaholic. You're a real workaholic. It means that you work a lot and you'll move the mountains, yeah, because really you watch this video till the end, and just you can watch it for the second time or the third time. And for more convenience, I put everything into this chart and try to describe it, as precisely and in a more detailed way, yeah, so that you could learn English and move the mountains as we saw it, at the end of this presentation, my friends. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. Thanks for likes and shares. Thanks a lot. See you. Bye bye, my friends. Good luck.